Oh, welcome to Dodo Modern Poets. Hey. Thank you very much for coming tonight to Dodo Modern Poets Mayflower's evening. So we have a fantastic lineup for you. Before I tell you a little bit about the show, just to tell you how the show will pan out, each half will be about 40 minutes long. We'll have a 20-minute interval so you can get a bit of fresh air or a drink. Each act will be on in each half. So if you've got a favourite, don't go away after you've seen them in the first half, because they'll be back. The bar, as you probably know, is upstairs, the loser at the back. Tonight's show we have P.R. Murray, we have Anna Beecher, Isabel Bermudez and Peter Ebsworth. And tonight we are delighted for our first performer on the bill tonight. Out of the draw for who would go on first tonight and who would go on second and so on, Anna Beecher has come up as the first act on tonight, but she will, as I say, be back in the second half. It's her second performance at Dodo Modern Poets. We're delighted to have her back here. She's very busy at the moment. She's an award-winning poet with Buzzwords Royal Berkshire Poetry Competition. She's also a playwright. She wrote The Surplus, a new play full of poems commissioned by the Young Vic, which was performed by a cast of 62 teenagers at the Young Vic in March. She's created and performed Living Things at Battersea Arts Centre, which is a collection of stories, poems and songs about death. And she's currently working on a fourth solo spoken word show, Iron John, which is a lyrical, irreverent take on the tale by the Brothers Grimm, which will be performed at the Art in Action Festival this July. She won't be doing all of that tonight. Well, it would be great if she could, but she will be doing some fine poems. So please give a big Dodo Modern Poetry welcome, poets welcome to Anna Beecher.
Hello, thanks for coming everyone. My first poem is called Stroke City, and all you need to know is that it's about a place which some people call Derry and some people call Londonderry, and some people call it Stroke City, as in Derry stroke Londonderry. Stroke City. For a bit, you slipped into the single syllable explosion of calling him Dad. It thumped into conversations. We should go and see my dad. The airbag of the A inflating between tooth-bearing plosives. We had just met when he hurtled back into your orbit. And you spent a season sampling new intimacies, feeling for a fit with both of us. You began to hold my hand. Maybe it wasn't fate that had made you a man who loved his father's favourite bands, but it was a magic trick to unpick the past with. For a dry run at rekindling, he took you skiing, and then we both went over to see him in a place he called Stroke City. You taking the wheel of his taxi so he could roll cigarettes, tobacco clinging to his thin legs, and the radio singing. Battles that had barely died down had left the town illustrated and suspended between names. He explained your accent London to his Derry when it briefly punctuated his hurry to fill the space left vacant by years of missing conversations. And in the pub between Virgin Mary shops, David Hay beat the beast from the east, and you were introduced, my son, a phrase as new as if you were newborn. He tugged you from your well-worn name into the similar unfamiliar sounds of the one you once went by, which you shrugged from your shoulders and said didn't feel right. And at some point that night, he began to regain the distancing hiss of his first name, the fricative forced through tight lips. Glasses piling up around you like yesterday's. The two of you drank, like there was no tomorrow. Thank you. So with the events of last week, the election and everything, I thought I should do a mega hard-hitting political poem now, which I'm about to commence. It's called Andy's Girlfriend Has Hairy Armpits. Andy's girlfriend has hairy armpits. The pits of her arms are hairy. And she always wears orange. In the car, you tell me you find it disgusting. What's wrong with orange, I say. Not that, you say, her armpits. You say you are glad the pits of my arms are not like the pits of hers. I call you a fascist and say that my armpits are beginning to feel like a fertile site for growth. That I always thought I'd be with someone more radical. We drive for an hour in silence. What's wrong? I say. You say nothing. I don't mean you don't speak. I mean nothing is the word you say, which means something big is wrong. Come on, I say. You say you're about to go away for a month to the Edinburgh Fringe, where all the arty guys will love hairy armpits, and you will never come back. That's why it's called the Fringe, I say. Its main aim is to cultivate tiny fringes all over your body. You say it was a low blow for me to tell you I thought I'd be with someone more radical. I say it was a low blow for you to casually write off the potential of my pits. I tell you my stubble is not a lazy deviation from my ideal. It's goddamn political. You say you didn't realise it was political. I say, well, it is. You say, it just looks like pepper. I say, it is a statement. A tiny one. A few millimetres of statement. You say, I say, what? You say, I say, what? You say, you always thought you'd be with someone a bit more radical. Thank you. I might hold this. Oh, is that allowed?
Oh yes, if you can manage to wriggle it out of that.
Thank you. This one is called Apology. The full stop after the word sorry quivers. A frog-spawn tail punctures the membrane and it curves into a comma. I am sorry. Sorry that you felt that way. Sorry that it seemed like that. Sorry that you forced my hand. My hand refuses to unclench from around this fine-boned bird, and my throat is full of feathers. How to unfurl my fingers and let it fly to you. I think of you picking up chickens when we were out of the city. Dryness of the sifting seed against our palms. The birds stilled by your pacifying confidence. And the pond wriggling with little lives. I think of the unexpected softness of finding a feather beneath a supermarket egg, and my pink, hard-shelled failure to be kind. Flight trembles in my fist. The apology is straining just to live and be light. And I would like to be light. I would like to be a kite. Thank you. I'll just do two more little ones in this half. This one is called Mother. Mother. Insomniac smile and a bunch of carnations. Her garden, a caffeinated love song, blooming with parakeets. She greets each living thing as if brand new. The robin on the washing line, the first she ever saw. It should be morning has broken, but she's on the patio singing Jolene. At night, soft weeping comes creeping over the walls. A dark-leaved climber rushing towards light. And my bed is an anorexic ribcage. But in the morning, coffee percolates skin as my mother sparrow-shouldered grips the cup. And I am amazed at this small person, still so full of offerings, leading me out to bright geraniums. After explosions, the purple-nosed buddleia are the first to push themselves through broken bricks towards the sun. And one last one in this half. I did a gig at Vestry House Museum with Forest Poets, and the theme was World War poems, and this was the only one that vaguely engaged with the theme at all. So this one is called Remembrance Day. Remembrance Day. This morning, while still sleeping, I became older than you. It is Armistice Day. The outbreak is bigger than ever this year, a rash of poppies. Inside the television, everybody wears one. The moat swells, and I think of water sluicing a bloodstain. At the 11th hour, I had no chance to look down. Badge pinned to my coat, I was a visitor being led to the drama block, while somewhere through speakers a teenager trumpeted the last post. Such a strange formal entrance. I wanted to laugh. 2 years ago, when the war was quieter, only 98 years old, you went alone to a wreath laying. Your word for it, horrific. Solidarity, a mud-throated intimacy with those young men. I have become older than you. I had hoped today to know some of what you knew as you looked down. I had hoped that these colliding dates would offer small silences, round like full stops, making sudden sense of jumbled words. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna, for a wonderful first set. More applause, please, for Anna Beecher.